Hey fight fans, for this week's podcast we will be discussing last week's UFC 261 fight card. In my months of UFC viewership experience, I have to say that this pay-per-view card is up there with the best that I have ever watched. With the presence of a full arena holding upwards of 15,000 people, and the fight themselves being statistically full of entertainment, there was a different vibe when viewing this fight. Firstly, we start off with the early prelims. Every fight was packed with constant striking and amusement. Considering that the very first punch in the very first fight was a knockdown, I would say that I am not the only UFC fight fan who felt this way. Only 3 out of the 8 preliminary fights went the full distance. Other than that, every fight resulted in a stoppage. Now we get to the historic main card. We start off in the light heavyweight division with a bout between two surging fighters in Anthony Smith and Jimmy Crute. With Anthony Smith coming off an impressive first round triangle submission, I knew Jimmy Crute would have his hands full. However, I didn't expect Crute to be finished the way he did. Crute got thrashed with a nicely placed leg kick right on the side of the knee. I'm unclear on exactly what happened, but by the looks of it, Crute tore numerous ligaments and tendons in his knee, resulting in the fight being stopped early. For our next fight, we go to the middleweight division in a bout between two well-known and legendary fighters in Uriah Hall and Chris Weidman. This one was a gruesome one. 15 seconds into the bout, Weidman threw a leg kick that connected with Uriah's shin, causing Weidman's leg to literally snap in half. I hated to see this when I was not only looking forward to the fight itself, but I am also a big Chris Weidman supporter. Hopefully, he will go through successful surgery and will be able to fully recover. Would love to see him back in the octagon sometime again. From here on out, gold was on the line in every fight. We began this series of title fights with one of the best women's fighters of all time, in Valentina Shevchenko facing off with the always dangerous fighter Jessica Andrade. This fight had no competition, however, as Valentina dominated every second of the bout, extending her win streak to 7 in a row. Next, we had the highly anticipated fight with Thug Rose Namajunas and a legend in Zhang Weili. I for sure thought that Weili had this fight in her pocket and was completely shocked by the outcome. Yes, Thug Rose did it again. Another huge upset in the first round with a fashionable head kick that knocked the young Chinese fighter on her back. There was a new strawweight champ with Thug Rose retaining her once held strawweight belt. Now, we finished this historic pay-per-view event in a much-awaited rematch between Kamaru Usman and the entertaining Jorge Masvidal. With no surprise to me, Usman defeated Masvidal in the second round. What did surprise me, however, is the style in which Usman finished Jorge Masvidal. Usman knocked his fellow fighter with a lethal straight right hand that knocked Masvidal unconscious. The aftershots of this punch are incredible to look at, as the moisture of Masvidal's face was literally cracked off. What an ending to what will become a never-forgotten UFC pay-per-view card. Until next time, this is Ben Jaffe from Inside the Octagon, tapping out.